Okay, to simply put it like this episode was pretty slow. Like, it had a pretty slow start to it and a pretty slow end to it. Like, it did not have action in it whatsoever, because this was mostly based on giving us audience the atmosphere, building on the atmosphere for us audience to actually have this kind of a feel to what's in the basement and all of that shit that was there to it. Like, it really wasn't that much of a, like, I would say this was most probably the least liked episode for me. I wouldn't say this is a worst episode, I think, but this was my personal least liked episode, just because it took so long just to get to the basement part, because it was just like, let me just give this nostalgia and everything. I'm like, just get to the basement already. Like, I just want to get to the basement. I don't want to see nostalgia and everything. I mean, it's cool and all, but I still want to just get to the basement, because at a point it's okay. I get you, okay? It was like this. Like, they just was just straight up going with that nostalgia thing for way too long. And I was like, okay, I get you. I get you that you try to give me the nostalgia about all these guys being in this Wall Maria and everything. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but I still want to know what's in the basement, because that's what this episode was about. What's in the basement? I mean, the second half still revealed what was in the basement, but it still was like, it took way too long. The first half, the first 5 minutes, I will say were pretty important, and that's what I want to talk about how Armin regrets that Irvin wasn't the one who was saved, and he was the one who was saved, and yada yada yada. Like, that whole sequence makes complete sense, because it's like, okay, we understand about Armin, like how he's kind of a guy who isn't, like, he's in somebody who would take responsibility and all that stuff, until there was something showed up into his face, and until he's cornered to do that shit, until someone he cares about is in danger and all that shit. Until then, Ermin wouldn't take a step. He's that kind of person. So, knowing that, uh he also realizes that Irvin should have been saved, but at the same time, it was just like that. It's just simple. He is the one to be saved, because I don't know. I mean, he's an intelligent character. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I like Ermin personally after what he did for his old team and how he took down the Colossal Titan and everything. I like him for that. Okay, he did a good job there, and I will give all the credits necessary for it. He even worked out the whole plan of finding Raynar and everything. Pretty good. He led the whole Scott team, and just like that, pretty good. Like, he earned my respect with all of that stuff, but still, I still want Erwin to survive. Just my personal opinion. I just still wanted Erwin to survive. Uh, Other than that, let's talk about the main thing that we all want to talk about. That's the basement. How do I put this? Like, okay. There's one thing, is that the nostalgia effects. Okay, like, okay, you got all these characters, these two characters. Okay, Ern and Mikasa. You got two characters, and we see the nostalgia scene for almost like what, for 3 to 4 minutes. That's basically what it was. Like, it was a long nostalgia sequence. That's the reason why I was kind of pissed off at that scene. I kind of was like, no, I don't want to see this. I just want to see what's in the basement. And then once you get to the basement, the next 5 minutes I just spent on. Okay, I will give a pass on the past stuff that was shown to us, because that was kind of important to the storyline, and it was kind of applying the character development and Mikasa's and all that stuff. I'll pass on that. But boy, what the hell were they doing for almost like 5 minutes? They literally were just searching the whole basement, and I was like, just get to the main part. That was me literally throughout the whole episode, because the whole episode, it took ages to actually get to the main part of the storyline. It had just so much slow stuff happening. It's so much nostalgia stuff happening. Like, oh, here's the pause for you. Like Eren and Mikasa's type of nostalgia. And then there was like, okay, here's the past. These two were like this, and then you got straight into it, and then you see all of this stuff, and all of these people here that they cared about, and all this. I'm like, okay, I understand. Okay, the only parts that I can keep even past for that were the part where Eren talks to his mother about the basement and all this stuff. I could get past to that because that was important in a way to showing why Eren couldn't go to the basement and all that stuff. So that's one part, and the other part was the Mikasa part, because it kind of gives an important kind of a character development to both the characters. But other than that, it was just like a waste of time for the most of the episode, and that's why I least like this episode. Not in any shape or form I'm saying it's a bad episode, alright? Before anybody interprets that I'm saying that this is a bad episode, I'm gonna just be like, stop there, dude. I ain't saying that this is a bad episode. This was actually decent episode. I wouldn't even say it's a good episode. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a bad. I wouldn't say it's a good. It was a decent episode, because we did get the main part out of the way, and that's what's in the basement. Basically, there is a new world. That's basically what's been established. Like, there was a completely new place that Grisha, Eren's father, in other words, was there. Like, he was in a completely different place. Like, and I'm like, okay, I did not expect that. I mean, I've been spoiled on it. I have some of the things that I've been told are kind of weird, and I don't want to believe it. But this, what I'm seeing here at the end of the episode, kind of makes me believe on the stuff that I've heard and I've been spoiled on, which I'm not gonna give you guys. Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil you guys. But what I've been spoiled on, it kind of makes it more clearer with this one why I was spoiled on that stuff, and I can understand that now. But we're gonna get more info on Grisha's past in the next episode, because this was just the start of Grisha's past. It was just like, okay, we got Grisha Jaeger's books and stuff, now, like his journal and everything. Now let's see what all this Titan stuff is, and let's see what's gonna happen in the past. And now I think so, starting next episode is where things are gonna pick up its pace, and finally not feel like, oh, it's a slow paced episode. It doesn't feel like I'm getting to the main point of the episode. So yeah, other than that, I really don't have any more complaints about the episode. I mean, I mostly complained about most part of the episode, but there were also some parts I'm okay with, and I'm like, okay, this is a decent part. But in any ways, this shape or form, this is not a bad episode nor good. It's a decent episode. That's just it. Average, pretty much. By Attack on Titan standards, I'm talking about. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode of Attack on Titan. Do you agree that this is a decent episode? Do you think this is a bad episode? Or do you think that this is a good episode? And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.